So I'm going to send it to Ilan on the top left. He's got all of the information about Project L. Apparently, it still exists. Ilan, what you got? Whoop. Hey, it's me, Ilan from the top left. How you guys doing? Been a hot minute. Let's talk Project L, shall we? Because Project L seems to be a game that we hear about, get excited about, and then forget about. Whether it be like too much hype happening from everywhere, right? Because we have so much happening with Street Fighter 6, we have so much happening with Tekken 8, and Project L has kind of been, just like lurking in the shadows. However, does the L stand for late? Yeah, they have been working. It looks like it's been retooled a couple times, which is super duper interesting. However, today, Lord Gamerby, mentioned that there was an event, a banquet, if you will, for players and influencers that showed Project L. And they had a new trailer, which we are not allowed to see for whatever reason, and a lot of new information. Apparently, there was a whole Q&A thing and everything. It was pretty crazy. So I wasn't able to download the images, but this is straight up off of Bruce's Twitter. It's at GamerBTW on Twitter. And it starts by saying, I was invited to attend the Project L banquet held by Riot in Japan. Recording was not allowed on site, but they had welcomed sharing information heard during the banquet. The development team showcased a new gameplay trailer and answered many questions. So, let's just get down to the nitty gritty. Project L has been confirmed free to play. Woo, yeah! Woo, the crowd goes wild. Project L is going to be a game that allows players to put all of their passion into it because it'll be easy to learn and hard to master. Where have we heard that? Maybe it's just my cynicism with hearing that phrase too many times. The game is still far from the closed beta, let alone a release. It's a 2v2 game. The systems should be easy to pick up, but also had depth for research, so easy to learn, hard to master. Project L is going to integrate the world of League of Legends, right? They're going to add like a fighting game perspective into this world. There's going to be new elements and selecting characters suitable for fighting games, blah, 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 blah. Project L, this is the big one. Project L is going to be a permanent version of a fighting game. So it's a games as a service type of thing. There's not going to be like a Street Fighter 6. There's not going to be a Killer Instinct 2. It's a games as a service, and it's going to be Project L. Much like how League of Legends started as League of Legends and is still League of Legends. In the demo, there was a new system called Retreating Guard, which I believe allows you to cancel a block into a backdash. It seems like that's going to be one of those things where they're trying to replace a push block. So instead of having an actual push block, you're just retreating yourself. How that's going to work, nobody knows. We just know that that's going to be a thing. Normal moves can be canceled into a jump or a chain combo or a ground chain combo, which includes a launcher move and then a jump to continue the combo. So very similar to Marvel vs. Capcom. There's going to be a lot of defense systems, but they haven't shown yet. They haven't shown many of them yet, which is interesting because if it's going to turn out like a tag game like Marvel vs. Capcom, one of the biggest issues is when you have to, like, for people that don't know how to play, it feels like you're blocking forever and you don't get your turn. So I think having a lot of defense systems will hopefully prevent that from being a feeling that we all feel at certain times. Is it going to actually help, or is it going to make the game super turtly? We don't know. So, according to GamerB, when calling for a character assistance during a combo, a player can switch characters, and the original character will then exit the stage, allowing for the second character to enter. So, it seems like it's like a mix of Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite and BlazBlue Cross Tag. Oh yeah, there's going to be 3 attacks, light, medium, and heavy, along with other combinations and directional inputs for special effects. I believe that maybe means special moves. There won't be any moves that require specific input commands, so no quarter circles, no DP motions. It's all going to be a button plus a direction. So I think kind of like DNF and Grand Blue, where they have, like direction and special button instead of, and you can also do like motion input and button. However, it seems like it's going to be just either special or certain button and direction. There is going to be a pro esports environment, but there will be a limit on official tournaments, and community tournaments can use Project L to organize events. So that's cool. 2v2 games have been difficult to succeed, but they still want to give it a try. The cooldown system in Rising Thunder is not going to appear in Project L because depriving players of their actions is a bad thing. I love that reasoning. Somebody talked about Teemo and they didn't give a correct answer, but they said that they're good at guessing. So I'm assuming that means Teemo is going to be in the game. Oh, both characters have to be knocked KO'd in order to win. So it's kind of like Marvel vs. Capcom, where you have to kill all characters, as opposed to something like Tekken Tag or Cross Tekken, where you have to just kill one character. Oh yeah, it is server based, so hopefully that won't be too difficult of a thing to overcome, and that won't ruin the internet or the connection, right? There's no consideration for a character leveling system. Project L hopes that players will be rewarded for difficult combos, but they don't want combos to be too long and make the losing side feel hopeless or uninterested. That's kind of what I was saying before. Competition or TOs don't have to worry because Project L will be able to be played in the same event as other fighting games, right? So there's not going to be like a Riot exclusivity type of thing. So it looks like they're going to let tournaments play Project L, which is cool. Hopefully the licensing thing is not an issue. And much in that same vein, they said that players don't have to worry because becoming a professional Project L player will not prohibit them from playing other fighting games. So I didn't realize that was a fear, but now we know that that's a fear. Oh, and apparently they're coordinating with PlayStation, and they hope to create like a cross-platform homogeny so that input lag is consistent. So that is all the news we got from Project L. It's secondhand information. However, I believe GamerB is a very, very credible source and not someone who would just randomly lie for no reason. So I believe him, and I just want to see more. Apparently, they said that Project L is not going to have a showing at EVO. I feel like I read that. Can't be too sure about it, but that's what we got. And before we move on, I noticed some news happening as of right now. Breaking news, if you will. It seems like Arika just mentioned that Fighting EX Layer version 3.0 is releasing. Woo! Yeah! Fighting EX Layer is sick. So yeah, there's a version 3.0 releasing. So that's what all of those videos were. I don't know any other information about that. I just saw that it was announced. And also, there's an update to the topic that we are just about to talk about, which I am happy I got to see before we actually spoke about it.